Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Friday morning here in Austin, Texas. And this is day 696 of the 3 Plus Minutes of Blank Challenge. And as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind this morning. Yesterday, I was having a really good conversation with a good friend of mine. And she was talking about her divorce. And she was talking about how it came about, how what happened was her husband ended up cheating with one of her really good friends, and how it had devastated her. But then she also talked about the idea that in the process of all of that happening, though she felt as if she was happy, she was realizing that she wasn't truly fulfilled and found out a lot about herself. When everything happened, she decided to sit down, think about it, and say what was going on wrong in her life. I could relate. So I woke up this morning really early just thinking about it. Like I've been up since probably about 3:30. And just really thinking about it and processing it. And something that I realized from her situation, and my thought was, I always look in a situation as two sides, and I say to myself, even if you don't think that you are wrong, look at yourself objectively. Look at yourself and say, what are the pieces of yourself that caused these things to happen? And I was like, a lot of it is because you weren't truly being your truest, authentic self. A lot of times we get into these relationships and we try to be who the other person wants us to be. We want to people please. And one of the statements that she's talked about was the fact that we manipulate. And part of people pleasing is that we're manipulating. So I'm thinking through this thought, and my daughter comes and she wakes up a little early as well, and she sits next to me. As I'm thinking this process, I say, man, this would be a good chance and a learning experience for my daughter. And I kind of tell her, I said, baby, when two people come into an argument, they should always think through what portion of whatever is happening is their fault. And then it's so funny. She received it. See, her and I had gotten into an argument yesterday. She told me she'd given me something that she hadn't given me and was adamant about it. As we went through the process, we realized that she hadn't given it to me. And she thought that as I brought up that conversation, I was specifically speaking about that thing that we had. And I was like, no, baby, it wasn't that. I'm thinking about something else. And she's like, well, Dad, you think too much. You overthink. And I said, you know what, baby? At one time, yes, but nowadays, no. I'm always constantly trying to be the best version of myself. And so I'm always thinking through my process. And for me, and part of the thing that I love about running is that it allows me to really think authentically, objectively, and find ways of holding myself accountable. So then I'm taking the chances to be the best versions of myself. Anyway, those are just thoughts on my mind. As always, be blessed today and every day. Talk to you soon. Peace.